Yo, what's up? It's Q Harrison. We are on day 144 of my Everydays experiment. For those that don't know, Everydays is a website known as everydays.wtf where I ask myself, what's the future? So the WTF stands for what's the future, and I just dive in. Today we're in the ChatGPT era. I would say this is the generative AI. I'm really captivated by that. I do believe this is the future. But unfortunately, we are getting to a point where there are tons of layoffs happening in tech, but not just only in tech. It's cascading into other industries, other markets. And unfortunately, today I had about 5 or 6 of my friends call me and ask for different helps on whether I would be their reference, to what ideas would I have for them for new career opportunities, what should they do, how should they start a business, how should they get going, how should they re-enter the market. You name the question, I've probably gotten it. Even as random as like, hey, I'm refreshing my website, what should I do? And that really prompted me to think about, what would I do if I were in that position right now? And then I started thinking, there's probably an AI that can help with this, even though it's an unfortunate time and you definitely don't want to be on the grind, filling out tons of cover letters and job applications. What if we could get AI to do that? And what if we could nail it so that it is super efficient? So the name of the game is efficiency. And you know my vibe, ChatGPT is the king of efficiency. So I've got a prompt that I've built that you can get if you go to everydays.wtf/144. And the reason why this prompt is important is because I'm going to use this prompt to create an AI generated resume. Now, this is fascinating because back in March of 2018, when I was on the job market, I had said, hey, you only have 6 seconds to impress job recruiters. I put my resume on a billboard in New York City. It's still shocking to me to this day. Ended up getting a job with Mark Cuban. And not everybody's going to go out and do what I did here. Like, I'll play a little bit
about see what it's like. New York City at its finest. I just did a Banksy on Banksy. Let's go.
Banksy on Banksy. I really did that. Like,
yo, it's actually up there. It's my resume. It's right up there.
You can see it.
Wow. That's fucking crazy.
Young. Super young.
Wow. Right above the Banksy. Right above the Banksy.
I didn't even know how to hold the camera. I haven't seen this video forever.
Right above the Banksy.
Wow.
I see your boy. I see your boy.
Wow. Yeah, so if you've never seen this video, I'm going to leave a link to it in the Everydays as well. And you can go watch the full thing. And it was different. It's also on my YouTube account. And the thing that was super fascinating to me back then was I knew that I was a marketer. The way I would showcase my marketing skills was by getting results and just grabbing people's attention. And I would start conversations that would lead me into potentially getting a job. I got a job of a lifetime. I ended up working with Mark Cuban himself, the man, the myth, the legend. And it was great. And now, if I were entering the market, and let's say you don't want to spend the type of money I spent to do that billboard campaign back in 2018, you wanted to just take a safe approach. You have some jobs in mind that you think you could qualify for. You just need to get in front of the right person. How would you exactly do that? And how would you do that in a way that puts you at the top of the list where you get their attention? Because everything is AI driven. That if you don't believe that corporations are using AI, you are really, really silly, seriously, because they are definitely sifting through the 900 applications they're getting every hour, because it's just as easy to press a button on LinkedIn now and send your job application anywhere. And there's tons of college students. There's tons of people that are laid off. You saw the chart. You don't have to take my word for it, right? Every major tech company, with the exception of Apple, is laid off at least 10,000 employees. Collectively, we're in the tens of thousands of, or past the tens of thousands, right? We're in the 40,000 plus employees that were laid off just in the last few days here. Few weeks even. And what sucks about that is 40,000 people are now struggling, trying to figure out where they're going to be in the market. Some people will go back into the market. Some people will just say, F this and go start their own company. Others might even leave the country and just say like, hey, I'm going to retire and do this whole fire thing. And I'll do the lean fire because I'm not on the fat fire. Or maybe you are on the fat fire. I don't know. But if you're not in any of those categories, you're looking for a job, let me show you how to do this. So I got a ChatGPT. Well, I didn't get. I actually wrote a ChatGPT script or prompt, whatever you want to call it. And I'll include this prompt, the prompt that I use in this video, I'll include it in the everydays. All you have to do is just go to everydays.wtf/144. I can't stress this enough. Don't mess around with prompting if you don't know how to get the efficient stuff out of it. It's better to just let the pros do it. Learn from the pros, take that stuff apart, and then get to what you want. Otherwise, you're going to be in ChatGPT all day. This is worse than YouTube. Trust me. Like, this is worse than TikTok because you're going to be asking it questions and all that. My name is efficiency when I try to work with AI because they will outwork you and your mind will be stretched thin because you're dealing with AI. So let's read what ChatGPT is giving me. What I asked it for was a cover letter and a resume. I gave it a few sentences and we got to where we are right now. So it says, "Dear hiring manager, I'm writing to express my interest in the healthcare marketing specialist role at Apple Inc. I have several years of experience in the healthcare growth marketing field, and I'm confident that my skills and experience align well with the requirements of the role. I've designed and implemented growth marketing solutions for multiple healthcare organizations, including Redox, Orbita, and HealthX Ventures. My skills include marketing technology, database design, data modeling, lead generation, software development, testing and debugging, copywriting, and landing page design. I hold a bachelor's degree in computer science from UW-Madison and a growth marketing certificate from Reforge. My educational background has provided me with a strong understanding of technical aspects of marketing and data analysis, which is why I've been able to work and apply my work ethics in healthcare. I'm excited about the opportunity to bring my skills and experience to Apple. I'm confident that I can make a valuable contribution to your healthcare marketing efforts. Thank you for considering my application. Sincerely, QR Centeri." All right, for AI first pass, it's usable. It's editable. I could tweak that. It gives me keywords. I didn't write anything. I've been talking to y'all. So y'all see, like, I put the prompt in when I started the video and we got that as a cover letter. It's personalized, which is what I love about it. And it does resonate. Now, again, it's editable. I'm not going to just use that verbatim. I think we need to tweak it a little bit more. And the resume, let's see what it's got. It's got QR Centeri, contact information, summary, experienced healthcare growth marketer with a background in computer science and a strong record for designing and implementing growth marketing solutions for healthcare organizations, skilled in marketing technology, database design, data modeling, lead generation, integration, software development, testing and debugging, copywriting, and landing page design. Holds a bachelor's degree in computer science from UW-Madison, growth marketing certificate from Reforge, experienced healthcare growth marketer at this company and dates of employment. That's pretty cool. And yeah, so it's pretty official. Like, remember, we gave it a prompt and it came back with this. And this is all like fake, sort of fake information. Some of the stuff is real. Some of the stuff I just made up just because I needed to just make a prompt. So you would put your real information in. But what I would do is I would take this information, and for those that don't know, resumes do work, but in order to make a resume, I think that there's the general resume that you send to your friends, your family. Maybe you include that on your website. And then there's like the specialized resume. And that's where a site known as Rezi AI comes into play. Now, Rezi AI is pretty cool because you can put, whatever information you want in here. This is cool because, I'll put all the info that I have. Let's say I'm not going to do this for this video because this will take me forever and I'll just be spending the time. But you get my gist, right? So step one is to have all your information in a list format. You don't have to have it written. Use my ChatGPT prompt. You'll be able to at least get the right words and vernacular out so that we can go into Rezi, which is a resume builder, and then we can get the output that we're looking for. As far as if I were making a big list, I think there's like a few categories that you should have in your list, right? One thing you'll see here is I've got my education, and so that's the schools you've attended. That's you could get as detailed as the list of classes if you were in like a very specific curriculum. You can, of course, include your GPA, your specialty, your majors, any relevant workshops you've taken. I put Reforge on mine, of course. Employment, every job you've ever had, minus the ones you probably did pre-high school. That's probably valid for the employment box. And you just want this in a list. It doesn't mean we're going to include it, but you want it listed somewhere because every resume should be specialized and tailored if you want to optimize for efficiency in the job placement market, right? Like, if you want to just make something that's going to hit the mark, remember, you're competing with everybody. You want to put the best shot forward. So every resume should be tailored to the job. With that being said, You'll include like any activities, any volunteer work, any honors you might have received. You want all that. And then your skills, you want to go crazy with that. You want to have that in a list because you're going to need that for the prompt that I've created in ChatGPT. Beyond that, I would say, create different resumes, focus resumes, your basic, general, traditional resume. And I think you probably could have like a resume that's that's specifically geared towards like a non-traditional approach. So I would categorize like my billboard resume as like it's not a technical resume, it's not a traditional resume, it's not even that focused, right? It just tells you that I know how to grab results and get attention and has my email on it. This is more like a functional, like non-traditional growth marketing type of resume. And I think everybody should have this, whether you're doing something on a billboard, you made a graphic novel, you made a business card resume. Like this should showcase your personality. And those are the three I would keep. I would have my functional, my non-traditional, and then my traditional. And traditional, I'd probably put on my website. My functional, I would probably put out there in the world, just in my sector. So if I worked in healthcare, I'd do something else functional to healthcare. If I worked in accounting, I'd do something that's functional to accounting, and that's out of the blocks that just gets people talking. If I wanted a focus resume, that's what I would be submitting via LinkedIn or some job board. Like that would be very focused to whatever I'm going for. I'm not going to go through too much of this, but your resume obviously should have some type of outline to it. If you've never done this before, then you would understand that like on this resume, you've got my name and my contact information. So that's part one, right? You need that information. You don't need necessarily your age, your sex, your gender. You don't need to put your marital status. You don't need to put your health. Like you just need your name and like your address, your telephone number, and email address if applicable to the resume that you're sharing, right? That's what I would stick with. I wouldn't put too much personal information on there. Remember that there are machines and algorithms that look at this. There's also like crazy people out there that look at it after that, and you don't want to just get caught up in the bias feedback loop, right? Like just some people that look at something and they'll be like, oh, I don't know, and then like you might be the right person for the job, but they threw you out because of some personal information that they thought they knew about you, right? And that sucks, but just leave that off. Education, you want to keep that on there. So that's this section right here. Work experience, you want to put that on there. So I've got like kind of the work experience here. And then skills and training, it's got that here. And then references is the only thing I would have, but I wouldn't necessarily throw that on the resume. So I feel like we're good to cook. Let's go ahead and go to Rezi.ai. Rezi.ai, y'all. Where's what's going on? We're gonna go to Rezi. So what Rezi is, I would take the information from ChatGPT. I would copy and paste some of this over in here. So this contact page, this is pretty straightforward. You just put your contact information in. We're just gonna press continue, right? And then I would put the role that I had at whatever job, and I would put the company. Obviously, that's pretty straightforward. The length and the time you're there, and then I would copy and paste the things that I had from ChatGPT. So these bullets, this right here, I would copy and paste that right in the Rezi, right? And the cool thing about Rezi is you'll see if I copy and paste this, I come over here and I paste that. Rezi actually has a function where they have an AI writer. I've got like so many different tools and plugins like tapped in here, so you can see all types of information pop up on mine. But when you put in, like, I'll just say, let's say, actually, I'm just gonna copy and paste because we don't even need to type. Like it just says, I'm just gonna use exactly the information that ChatGPT gave me because, why not, right? And we'll just put January, not 2023. I guess we'll just do like, I think I worked there in 2015 to like, I don't know. Again, I'm just making things up here, just random stuff just so we could get through this. And all right, let's see. So Rezi's got some cool functionality, y'all. Rezi got some cool functionality. We went from ChatGPT to Rezi, and then I threw a little bit of Grammarly on there. That's 3 AI assistants helping me make a specialized resume for this new position that I would apply for, this hypothetical position, right? And so go through it. I'll save this to the experience list. That's cool. And you just kind of keep going. You know, what projects did you work on? Give your projects, again, volunteer work, pet projects that you had. Like I would probably put this everyday's journal that I've made. You know, I would probably put here, you know, WTF with Q Harrison. And they would be like, you know, what? They'd be like, what? Did he put that on his resume? And then, you know, I'd say, you know, self here or something, or, you know, self research, or, you know, I just say like, you know, research. And this is part of optimizing your resume so it feels good. Is like, and then I would put like, you know, every day I ask myself, what's the future? And I have a I have a what's the future journal, or WTF journal, and then it'd be, you know, cutesy, but we'll see what they say about that. So we'll keep going. Press continue. You put your education in here. This is pretty simple. Hey, I think the AI is learning, because I didn't tell it I went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison, but y'all see that that's already there. So, woo, it's the AI is cooking, y'all. AI cooking. I would come through. I would do more certifications, coursework. We talked about this. Involvement, skills. The best thing about all this is, like, if I had to go off the top of my head, I probably would even struggle with this. But because we came and we did it right out of ChatGPT, you've got skills that you can just copy, right? Like, you know, this is the importance of getting the AI to work for the AI. If you watch any of my videos, you know, I'm not doing much work here. I'm just going to edit and move things around. I'm all about having AI work for AI. And so Rezi.ai is going to make this look real good. And you can see here, right? This is what your output from Rezi.ai will look like once you finish and you put all the information in there. You didn't need to know Photoshop, didn't need to know Microsoft Word, didn't really need to do anything. We did that all in about 15, 20 minutes. Obviously, you should spend a little bit more time on the first just pass of this, and then on the variations, you should be very quick, like 2 to 3 minutes. And the cool thing is you can use the script of ChatGPT as many times as you want. ChatGPT has the cover letter in here. So remember, I've got this where it's got the cover letter right in here, and then you got your resume right below it, right? So you would then take this resume. Best thing about, you know, Rezi.ai is they even have the AI cover letter. You do have to pay for that. The reason why I included my ChatGPT version is you would have it technically for free. But I do like Rezi for one reason. Rezi has the expert review, because you want to proofread when it comes to the resume, because this is the first impression. You do not want to mess this up, and you want to just make sure you have a second set of eyes, a third set of eyes, a fifth set of eyes, a 10th set of eyes even, because you want to catch any little error, because it's the first impression, and it's all off of just AI, because they have keywords that they're looking for, these companies, and then they also then have a hiring manager that's going to look at it, and that's going to be a little bit gangster too. So you just want to make sure you got all your P's and Q's in the right places, all your T's crossed and your I's dotted. So I keep that moving. And then they have this AI keyword targeting. So this is pretty cool, because it's like applicant tracking systems. They are just filtering different resumes out if there's no keywords. And so when you add your job title and your job description, you can put different keywords in there, and Rezi will help you, as you saw earlier, write and function it. I didn't need a resume today. I just wanted to show people what I would do. So this is not complete, but I've shown you all the steps that I would do to complete it. And I showed you how to get a lot of the information that you would need to start some of this stuff off with ChatGPT. Again, my name's Q Harrison Terry. If you want to find out more about me, you can do so at this site called everydays.wtf. If you want to get my prompts for this resume, just go ahead and go to everydays.wtf/144. And beyond that, I will catch you in the future. It's not like I don't do this daily.